Hello, my loves. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. I have not been doing nothing except when I need to do nothing. I do prioritize my nothing because that's where I find my somethings to put into what it is that I'm doing. But I have a master's degree in painting now. When I started making videos and this podcast, I had a bachelor's in art history and painting. I was teaching middle school art, which I still miss, and I would love to go back to be honest. If I could find one that paid. Or if I could just make money doing this and I could do teaching middle school art part-time, mostly just because I like to do it. But anyway, I was accepted to a fully funded painting program in a place that has sky colors that are rare and magnificent, like green northern lights at night, showering down from the sky, and giant and pink and gold clouds in the daytime. I gave a lot of the paintings that I made of these clouds. I never made any paintings of the northern lights. I don't know if you're... I read somewhere that that's disrespectful. And I need to do more research into knowing more about it before I would go ahead and do that. But yeah, anyway. I've seen sunsets that inspired me while in this painting program to sit down for like 100+ hours straight to paint them. And like I said, I gave some of these paintings away. I was fortunate enough to sell some of them to some beautiful, generous patrons of my art. Seriously, genuinely, sincerely, truly, to everyone who has bought a painting from me, I remember you, and I think I always will. But now, I've been teaching at a university for 2 years. At 34, I graduated my painting program. I became a college professor. And at 36, I think I'll leave it. I feel so strongly that the university system is extractive. It's built upon a system of supposed knowledge that students will be indebted for attempting to receive for possibly the rest of their life. Like, for choosing to go to school, students might lock themselves forever into a system that will never actually support their art. And I think the university that I work for specifically will accept and perpetuate students not actually getting to a place where they can do anything, but as long as they're paying, it's okay. That to me feels wrong. And I suppose in some departments, there are aspects of the university system that are useful. Like, I know something, you need to pay me in order for you to know it. But in art, with my approach to creating and teaching, it feels numbingly suppressive to approach it like that. Like, oh, hello, class. Listen to me. I know things and you don't. And you need me to tell you how to know what you don't know. Except the problem is, I think everyone knows. I think you were born understanding that you have a connection to something that blossoms while you're playing and you're creating without inhibition. And it's my goal to help students remember that. Of course, I do have technical lessons. Of course, I teach the basics. If anyone is wondering, I always receive very positive idea course survey results. One such comment from set surveys from this semester reads, "The instructor and the course pacing were both awesome. Oh, Tiana put so much time into training us on the technical aspects of art, but the projects gave so much creative freedom. I feel like I grew a lot as an artist because of this structure." So, I do understand that technical foundational understanding can help an artist express themselves. However, learning the technique is actually quite easy. It's quite easy to learn a technique. It just requires practice and lots of it. The real difficulty in art is learning to find yourself and trust yourself and develop a practice where you can consistently and reliably do those things. Because it's not easy. It is not easy to sit down every single day and just believe that the blank canvas in front of you or the in progress awkward stage of art in front of you will become something. So many students, especially at the college level, I've found have developed nasty habits of perfection. Like if the drawing doesn't look good in one stage, it's all doomed. Scrap it. Get frustrated. Move on to something else. Never finish what you started. Also, if someone isn't telling them what they need to do next, if things aren't given to them in a form of instructions, in the form of an equation, in the form of this is where you get to go, they get lost. But this is not the way of a creative mind. The structure of learning that we have set up is not the way of thinking for yourself, creating things that come from you, being an artist. And I mean, it's not that I don't think that I can do any good in an academic university setting. But I know what my students pay to take my classes. I know what I get paid. I know the almost regression I have to take my students through to get to the point where we can begin moving forward again into a genuine creative experience, where we're making something that is at least as much our own personal expression as it is technically proficient. And it just, to me, it all feels like a little too late. Like a fifth grader who is reminded daily that their own ability to daydream and find wonder almost immediately begins to flex that muscle and grow it in ways that even I learn leaps and bounds from. And I like to think that when I teach a fifth grader these things, to use their creativity, the chance of them losing this creativity as they get older gets smaller. Like maybe they'll go on and have the resilience to say, no, I have a voice and it matters. And this small-minded world's judgments are not going to stop me from loving the perspective that I have. They won't need the me in college who has to take them back so many steps and has no time of her own to make her own art. Like, that's the saddest part for me personally. It is very hard for me to teach art when I have no time to spend making it myself. I taught 4 studio classes 2 semesters in a row. 3 classes is full-time. I get paid less than full-time. The payment for my time with the time I have to give creates a very sad art professor. But when teaching, I can't let my students, I don't want to let my students see or know that I'm struggling there. Like, this class is always about them. they need they need to have the confidence in me to have the confidence in them. So I have to show up and just pretend to love the situation that I'm in for a whole year in order to do a good job for my students, which is my priority. And when I feel like what I do is merely to profit some university higher up person, this person profits off of my hard work. Like, I am the one in the classroom giving the students the education they're paying for. I'm putting together the lessons, the projects. I'm talking to every single student, every single class. I'm not only managing their art, but I'm managing their emotions. Like, art is an emotional task. The amount of students I've walked through a cry session. I wonder if the business professors do that so much. I wonder how often the person who gets paid 10 times as much as me, 5 times as much as me, does something like that. And like, of course, money has never equaled the value of the work, but that's another thing. Like, I'm just a simple artist. I'm just a simple artist. Where I'm at has not yet paid me for my work, but I'm always optimistic. Otherwise, I would give up, and I don't want to give up. So, yeah. But at my age, with my income, moving through the world, I'm acutely aware that being poor kind of signals to other people that something is wrong with you. Like, I feel like something is wrong with me. I have so little financial stability because I choose to be an artist. And this is the pathway I've chosen, and I accept the consequences, I suppose, but I don't feel like something is wrong with me other than I have dedicated myself to something that this world does not value very much. But it is valuable. There is nothing anyone could ever say or do to convince me that what I do is not valuable. I have seen too much, I have heard too much, I've experienced too much for my students. This world needs naive artists to keep making anyways. And because of that, it needs people who will support them. I want to support younger artists. The people who maybe had their artistic souls crushed by an art teacher or an art professor or a parent or just this harsh reality. Like, I care so deeply about the artistic journey of people specifically in those positions, or the people who are heading in that direction but they haven't hit it yet. So middle schoolers. It's one of my callings in this world. Like, I do believe that whether or not it is, I choose to believe it. So I ask that if you can, please join my Patreon. I occasionally upload little thoughts, things I might be cautious to share with the public there, but for the most part, it supports me. For the price of a coffee or a little sticker you might get, or a drink less than a candy bar, you can help me continue to make art and share how to approach this world with love and wonder. And I want my content to be available for everyone, so the Patreon, like I said, is mostly how you can simply support me. And if you can't, that's okay. The people who pay are allowing everyone to have this work for free. And I would like to thank my patrons right here. Speaking of, I'm going to say their names gently. Isabel, Dead Film Stocks, Yahweh, I'm so sorry if I say your name wrong, Bradley, Ariella, Riley, oh, I remember you, Riley, you bought a painting from me, Kelsey, Chris, Joaquin, Cosmic, Jesus, Tanner, the book snail, chicken bat, Isa, sorry if I said it wrong, Jewel, Eric, MB, Jay, Chrissy, Allison, Seth, David, Timothy, Laura, Georgie, Madeline, and Karen. I love you all. Thank you. I couldn't be doing what I do without you, and it really does encourage me to keep going. All right. That's it. Next week, I think I'm going to talk a bit about marginalia, and if you don't know what that is, then I hope you tune in and listen. You'll learn all about it and why I love it and why I'm dedicating a huge wood panel to it for my solo show coming up in September. All right, my loves, please go forth with wonder and love. Kiss yourself in the mirror. Feel something with your entire heart. Even if it's sadness, you can really feel how strange. To end off here, I would like to know what everyone's favorite circle is. Please let me know what your favorite circle is in the comments. You can email me at miniforgetfulnesssunclub@gmail.com. I will be going over your favorite circles, and we can discuss next week. Okay. I love you very much.